Happy New Year, Skifties! Woo! Welcome back to another episode of What a Gift, the podcast where we're trying to go from having meltdowns to glow ups. I'm Sarah.
I'm Jule, and if you didn't notice in the Christmas ep, we have a new little recording space. It's so cozy and beautiful.
We went from chairs to a couch, glowing up, one furniture change at a time.
Oh my gosh, but okay, it's almost time to enter into 2026. It's pretty exciting.
It is.
And today we're really getting into fresh starts. We're going to talk about crying. We're going to just talk about what it means to begin again. But before that, what's new? How are ya?
Okay, I'm doing well. I have a story to share that I think it's a fitting time. We're wrapping up 2025, and obviously What a Gift launched in 2025, and so this is really a shout out to the gifties. One giftie in particular, the vice president of the department that I work for, I think listened to the first episode and the first episode only, which was about birthdays, and he immediately was like, great job, you guys. It was so funny. I hate birthdays. And I'm like, okay, whoa, negative. But then his birthday was a few months later, and his wife surprised him by coordinating, like she recruited one of his good friends to coordinate a golf tournament on a Friday. And I think there was like 16 or 18 guys that like took off work. They organized this really good, fun, nice golf tournament. Then they hung out after and whatever. He was like floating. Like he was so honored and so happy that all these guys took this time and like whatever and celebrated him. And so anyways, I just like, he came up to me after and he was like, maybe I am a birthday person. Aww. And I was like, that's what I thought. So shout out Alicia. That was so nice of you to do for your husband. And Brock, I have many lessons that you can learn, and so maybe you should tune in more often. But I'm happy that you had a great birthday, and I think it's fun hearing stories like that of like people who've listened to these silly conversations that we have, and they are seeing things as gifts in their lives. Like, it's just been fun.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, people who say they don't like birthdays, I don't believe them. They're just so fun. Yeah, What a Gift coming out. I think now that we're at the end, we can call it was the only good thing to happen in 2025. Did anyone else feel like this year was haunted? I'm not kidding. I was like the book of Job unfolding in my life during 2025. It was, I'm ready to leave it behind. But otherwise, not much new with me. I have it's time for me to just face that I have a condition, which is chronic dry eyes. I am perpetually you guys might even see in the episodes. There are some episodes where my eyes are doing crazy stuff. Like they're always watering or red. And I always think of, I'm like, even though it stinks to have dry eyes, Jennifer Aniston famously has dry eyes. She used to like do some kind of ad campaign where she was like, I have dry eyes. And so whenever I think of it, I'm like, okay, me and Jen with the dry eyes. But speaking of Jennifer Aniston.
Okay.
She recently hard launched her new boyfriend.
Who is it?
Okay. That's what's crazy. I looked into who it was. You know, he's like handsome, cute photo, whatever. He is from Los Angeles and he's a hypnotist, but not only that, he's specifically like a love hypnotist, like a love guru, like hypnotist. What? And I'm like, Jen, blink twice if you're safe. Like, what if he hypnotized her to be in a relation? Like, I actually am worried. So we just should gently keep tabs on that. I just thought that's crazy. I mean, that's a crazy profession for someone to land like a very A-list GF, you know? Yeah. Anyway, so keep tabs on that.
Our thoughts and prayers go to her.
But and we have to look out for our fellow dry eye queens. Yeah. I will always feel a kinship with her because of that.
Hot girls have dry eyes sometimes.
Yeah.
So you're one of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
also Merry Christmas. It's still the season.
We still have our decor because it still is Christmas. And it's it's no fun to just pack up Christmas too soon. You got to keep it going. But yeah, I think we could dive into our gifts for the week.
Perfect.
Ooh.
We're getting into,
Cheers.
like Jule said, some timely gifts, I think, for the new year. Fresh starts. We have a resistance a little bit to resolutions. Commitment just seems too much. So let's just begin again. See where it takes us. And then crying. So should I go first or do you want to go first?
It doesn't matter. I can go first.
Okay. What are you unwrapping,
Okay, yeah.
Jule?
I'm unwrapping, as Sarah just spoiled. I'm kidding. I'm unwrapping fresh starts. Fresh starts. Okay, so
we can do it, Jule.
First of all, every day is a fresh start.
Yeah.
So take heart. If you are feeling in the need of one, you can always have a fresh start.
Totally true.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like so,
Next
it doesn't
hour
have to
at
be
lunch.
right. It doesn't have to be New Year's. But I specifically, like I said, 2025 was hard. Like and being funny about it, but it actually was like it was such a tough year, and I even before 2025, like I feel like in the last couple years I've had this sensation where I'm like I'm losing my spark a little bit, like, and not in a terrible way, like some of it's growing up, some of it's transition, you know. I had a big life change with getting married, like which was the joy of my life, by the way, and that was in 2024, just in case anyone's wondering. But I don't know, like, you know, sometimes when you sort of are like, wait a sec, like I haven't felt shiny and sparkly in a while, or like I haven't done the things that used to bring me joy, or I haven't put myself out there the way I used to, you know, like there's just, I feel like some dust has settled on me a little bit, and some of that was like grief. So like at the end of 2024, my best friend David died. It was like it was 3 days after the wedding, during my honeymoon. It was so sad, and still is so sad. Like it's just, I'm actually still in disbelief that it happened. But so like this year was so strange, where it was like, okay, learning how to be married, experiencing a huge loss, like for the first time, just being in grief and also transition and all these things. And it was just so, you know, just so like days and weeks going by of just being like, I hope I laugh again, you know, like that kind of thing, like which, sorry to get heavy gifties, but I think we all have had chapters like this of just being like, oof, are we gonna come back from this, you know? And but even prior to that, like, it's so, I mean, you and I have talked about how like I like for so long I was like, I want a boyfriend, I want to get married, like, and I like, that was such a thing I was out in the world like hoping for and wondering about. And then I met the most amazing person ever, and it has, like I said, been the gift of my life. But at the same time, there's like a reset that happens where you're like, oh, like, what do I dream about and hope for now? And like, what, you know, like, or even like, I feel like I would be much more like meeting new people and putting myself out there, like kind of with that in the back of my mind. And then I met Chris and I was like, okay, pack it up. Like, let's go home and watch movies. And like,
my work out there is done.
Yeah. Like nobody else needs to see what I have going on. So, and, but then as time has gone on, I realized like, man, I used to like perform at open mic nights in Philly, or go to trivia nights. And like, I don't know, I just feel like I was much more like out in the world, like letting life happen to me. And actually losing David kind of was causing me to ponder how his friendship was like the most joyful, fun gift in the world. And we only really became friends like from like 2020 to 2024. Like it was really this like concentrated time of like such a fun friendship. And just thinking how like, oh my gosh, I lived like 30 years with never having met him, and then I met one of the best friends of my life, like and so who's just like, there's still friends I'm meant to meet, you know what I mean? And like you, like there's still life-changing people that like life and God has for me, you know, like but I have to actually be receptive to that. And I think I've just been like over the last year or so just like a little more closed off and like kind of huddled in on myself, but no longer gifties, because I am starting the Jule Gets Her Spark Back challenge. Where I'm heading into 2026 and I'm like, girl, get off the couch, go talk to a stranger, go to the gym, do a craft, go to an open mic night. Like, just feel alive again in a different way and build. And now that I'm with Chris, it's like, okay, well then, like build that life with him and find the things. Maybe I'm not doing every crazy erratic thing I did when I was single, but like what does adventure look like with us together, and what anyway, so I'm just like, okay, it's time. I've had my little hermit year of like feeling sad and confused, and now I'm ready to have my sparkly, sexy 2026.
I wish thee well, fair maiden.
Yeah. So,
how are you preparing for this? Like, do you have a list?
No, I've absolutely no plan. I think I just want to.
Sorry.
Well, okay. Here's the hardest part of Get Your Spark Back 2026: leaving the house after work when it's dark out. Yeah. Because as soon as it starts getting dark early, I get home from work and I'm like suddenly in full pajamas under the covers. I'm like, good night. Like, it's so hard to then start chapter 2 of the day and be like, okay, here we go. So I think leaving the house.
That's I know theoretically I get home and I like still will be awake for 5 hours, but it seems like I'm going to bed in an hour or like 30 minutes.
And I used to be like a weekday warrior. Like I would do stuff all the time after work. So I think leaving the house. But here's the thing, like, girls on a budget. I'm not going to just suddenly start going out and spending money at night. So it's kind of like, okay, well then what does it look like going just in my neighborhood, enjoying where I live, or doing an open mic night or something free and fun, where you like, I used to do this open mic night on Monday nights in Philly. Looking back, it begins at 9 p.m.
Oh my god.
I'm like, who was that girl? I was there every week. It's like sign-ups 8:30, it begins at 9 p.m. And first of all, I got to play songs I wrote, and like it was just like a good outlet for using my gifts, but also the most weird randos would come, like a lot of like old weird townies and people who were like displaying such odd talents, like would play this open mic, and it was so fun to meet these people. I would like just to be thrown in with these people and see them putting themselves out there. And so I think leaving my house and seeking things like that cause encounter and bring color and humanity like into my life outside of my typical routine and friend group. So that's definitely a goal. I would say like sweating every day, like, even like we love pickleball. I have a gym membership, allegedly. Like, anyway, so just trying to like get my sweat on. I got really into kettlebell swings in 2025 and just kettlebell stuff, because like I get so scared of using the weights at the gym. It just feels so like, I'll use the machines, but I don't know, it just feels vulnerable. So I'm like, me and my kettlebell at home. But it's like, okay, let's just sweat a bit every day, leave the house, meet new people, and then I really think like use my gifts, like, and I'm not just saying that in an annoying like I have talents like way, but like beyond like even the gifts of like encountering people who are lonely, or sharing myself and my personality, or being generous. Like maybe I should go like to a nursing home again, or to, like, I don't know, like using the gift of my time well and like for good, I feel like, but also, using my talents and things I enjoy, like they're just gathering dust right now inside of me. And I feel like we're meant to use our whole selves. So I'm still kind of I don't want to make some kind of strict plan where then I'm beating myself up in 3 weeks when I'm not doing everything. But I genuinely feel a pull and a call to like,
Yeah.
make a little change.
Yeah, I think that's great. I was gonna ask you, are you like a goal-oriented person? Would it help to be like this 3 times a
Certainly
week?
not.
Yeah.
No one tells me what to do, including me. My next move is always a mystery, even to myself. I would love to be goal-oriented though. So maybe this year.
Yeah, I feel similar. I feel like, yeah, if I'm like, I'm gonna do this X amount of times and this, or I'm gonna get to this.
I know they say like goals should be like measurable and stuff. I'm like, I go off of vibes, but I have successfully had fresh starts where it wasn't a measurable check the box goal, but it was like okay, we're not doing this anymore and we are doing this, like, and I think that's more, I think I'm trying to make a gradual change to the fabric of my daily life more than I'm trying to have these like measurable outcomes. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah, like upping the quality of your life instead of
and just not accepting like such humdrum behavior from myself anymore. Even at work I just like go do what I need to do and go home, and like I used to like get so much joy out of just encountering my coworkers or planning fun things for us to do, and and so I think it's genuinely like, just bring back some of the sparkle, girl. Where did you go? So what about you heading into the new year? Any fresh starts on the horizon?
Yeah, for sure. But before, I just want to say that I'm so proud of you. It's been a hard year for you, and I think the fact that you've even white knuckled some days, a lot of days of it. I don't know. I feel like, just for you, I don't know, to be here and every week talk about these things that you still see as gifts and things. Like, I think, you made the best of it. It was hard. And I think,
you so much.
For you to even like acknowledge that, I think takes a lot. And so I'm proud of you.
Thanks,
and
Sarah.
Cheers to 2026.
I couldn't have done it without my amazing husband, Christopher, and without God.
Of course.
And without my couch.
Crying here for a second.
I know. Life hard
and
I think like we are there, like the whole thesis of this podcast is to receive the gifts of life, like and to look for them and to live in the present moment and be grateful for like there's so many amazing things about life, but this is also not a toxic positivity podcast, it's like there's also suffering and hardship in life, and that suffering makes the gifts so much sweeter, and it's okay to acknowledge when things are hard or when you're like, what were the gifts or whatever, because when you actually can be honest in those moments, then like the gifts shine even brighter, I feel like this year, like I realized so many small things that I was just taking for granted, where I was like, oh my gosh, thank God for this. And I was clinging onto my friendships and relationships so much more dearly, like after losing a friend. So I think like any gifties who like have had a hard year or are going through a hard time, just know that like we love the gifts and we're laughing through them, but also like that's such a real part of life, and it's okay to like be real about when things aren't feeling so good. Yeah,
definitely. I feel like I've been in the midst of just a really like, I know people don't like to say that their lives are busy, really full time.
Yeah.
No, it's been busy.
Right. When someone's like, how are you? You're like, good, busy, but good.
Yeah.
But busy, but good.
Yeah.
But busy.
Things are hard, but good. They're excruciating, but I see the goodness.
Hard, but good is so.
Anyways, just, I got promoted this year, and
congrats.
Thank you. And that has come with a boatload of responsibilities, and I just feel like, especially like with the stupid daylight savings and the sun going down, it's like I get to work, like I leave my house as the sun is rising. I leave after it's already set. Like I leave work after it's already set. It just is like I just feel like my whole life is at work, and I'm like, I guess I'll just stay here a couple more hours to knock this stuff out, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm working 12 14-hour days for what? Like,
right. And then people are like, are you dating anyone? What are your hobbies? You're like, girl, I'm go home and take out the trash and go to bed.
Yeah, I want to die alone. The schedule of the life I'm leading right now. And so anyways, I think the fresh start I'm looking forward to is just kind of readjusting my priorities, making priorities. I feel like one time I heard a speaker say like, I hear you guys complaining a lot about how like there's not enough time in the day. Like, how are you supposed to do all these things with the time? He's like, you know exactly how much time is in a day. It's 24 hours. He's like, what you don't have is priorities. And I was like, okay.
There are some days
aggressive.
There are some days I do not have 24 hours. I can't prove it. But
it's like, that is so aggressive. But I heard that maybe 13 years ago, 12 or 13 years ago, and I'm like, I think it's true.
Yeah.
You know,
I know you look at some people being like, a day in my life, and you're like, how are you doing all this stuff?
And
are you having the same day I'm having?
And you have to do it twice because you put your camera up and then do it and then go get your camera. I don't know, whatever. So anyways, I do think that like I need to like, really kind of look at my day, my week, my month, and prioritize things so that I can do the things you're talking about so that the spark stays alive. Because I feel like, it's so easy to just like, okay, I go to work, I go home, and then I have maybe a plan on the weekend, like just the living for the weekend, even just for joy, not even like for a party, but it's like just for like
to breathe.
I am a real person. Like it just is a sad existence. And so it's just, I know that it's a season. Like I know that within my role particularly, like this is kind of crunch time, and so I know it demands more of me, but that's like, it's no excuse for letting all
your
the
most
things,
important
like,
role is like being a whole flourishing person, like and when that's suffering at the expense of like a job, you know, like
I feel like one thing I've really like been cognizant of in recent years is like like letting my job like consume who I am, kind of thing. Like it definitely consumes what I do in the day. But I feel like I used to think like, oh, if I don't hit these goals at work or if I don't do these things, then I am,
my value is affected.
Like I failed or whatever. And it's like, no, I am like, I have no time for that.
Yeah,
that's
seriously.
for sure. And so it's like, you know, I'm going to work my tail off and like whatever happens kind of thing. You know, it's like, it's not worth losing sleep over, it was a hard thing. I mean, my whole adult career has been like working for the salvation of souls, really. And so it's like really hard to like separate that sometimes. And so I think people who have roles similarly that are like people forward, like even teachers,
right?
Or
you feel like you're like betraying and letting so many people down if like you need a break or whatever. Totally. I know. I'm actually really lucky. My boss has such a good sense of detachment with things. Like there are times where I will like I'll have like totally forgotten I was supposed to do something, or I'll mess up a deadline, or make a, you know, we'll send out something that has like a mistake that I made, and you know, like things that where I'm like, like, and I kind of approach him, I'm like, hey, so I failed miserably at this, and he's just like, no worries, Jule, like he always says it's all good, which like obviously that's a very common colloquialism, but like with him it really does feel like it's all good, all your efforts
That's
are
awesome.
good, like and I feel like because like that has just been such a gift to have that kind of boss. But then I've been realizing like he's not putting this on me. I am my own slave driver, or the person who's, you know, has their foot on my throat is me, you know, like and so I think kind of stepping back and being, having that the freedom of heart of like it's not that serious, like like I did my best, and God can make my efforts good, and I'm going home, like I think that's really important. It's funny, a girl, I recently got an email from someone who is in a similar like role as me somewhere else professionally, and she was like, hey, can we set up a phone call to talk about like, I would just love to hear your thoughts on like work-life balance. I was like, we absolutely can. I have nothing to say on this topic. I'm really bad at it. But I honestly think everyone's bad at it. And even just realizing and choosing, I don't know, just deciding, hey, I'm actually gonna go home at this time every day, and then these are the things I'm gonna try to fit into my week. You know, like I think just gently bringing better priorities and like and treat like, I don't know, watering and caring for yourself like a plant, being like, I need to be flourishing, I think is like so important.
Definitely.
Do you have any little challenges that are gonna be enacted in the new year?
Are you laughing because
I issued a challenge to you?
You tell the gifties what it was.
I told Sarah, I was like, you should challenge yourself to go on a bunch of dates at the beginning of 2026 so that we can talk about them on the pod.
And I'm like,
and she was like, no.
I'm like, I'm happy to, but how do I get dates? Like, if I knew, I feel like I'd be going already.
The abs are so bad. And we'll talk about it on another episode, but I realize that it is a daunting / impossible challenge. But
I just walked down the street and I'm like, I
told her to just message a million people in the apps and be like, coffee ? Coffee ? And, and I'm like, and it doesn't even have to, it's not because you're looking for your soulmate. It's because we're looking for a podcast fodder. Please do this for us. So we'll give an update later in the year on Sarah's dating challenge.
So gifties, if you're going on a lot of dates, tell me how. What do I do?
Send in tips.
Or
if you know a gifty adjacent,
a bright, sparkly young man,
joyful young lumberjack,
let me know.
Looking for a dream girl, please write in.
Yeah.
So fresh starts, but life is such a gift where, like, you can always start fresh. Like,
I think what helps me want to start fresh and like commit to it, or like actually just like do something, even if it's like today or something, like it's something small or like a bigger thing, is looking back on times where like things didn't go my way and like seeing the good that came from that. And like, like this is crummy now, but like the Lord has never abandoned or forsaken me. Like that is like a mantra in my heart when I think I'm like slipping into the darkness, is like things that there's been points where things have been really hard and really sad and really bad, and I felt really alone, or I felt really hopeless or despair, whatever, and it's like not only did I come out of it, but like this great good came into my life because of it, even if it's a lesson learned from that time. But often it's like all this new beauty,
totally,
whether it's new people or new circumstance or whatever.
Right. And even like something I learned this year is like, even when the worst thing happens, like truly the worst, or like something that you could have never imagined, even when that happens, it's not the end. Like there's still like people who love you. There's still like beautiful sunsets and sunrises and like moments of, like there's just like, there's still these precious things. Like I'm like, sorry guys, this app, it's should we transition into our next app? Crying. But there's just still like, I don't know, like sometimes we have so much anxiety, like what if this happens, is like, even when the most terrible thing happens, like life is actually still good, and like you are still good, and there are still like hidden little gifts, and there's still people who are there for you, and
definitely.
That's such a like good reminder.
Totally. So I'm unwrapping the gift of crying, which Jule stole from under this Christmas tree and unwrapped before.
I love crying. It's very cleansing.
I couldn't have said it better or more simply myself. I love a good cry. Currently, as Jule would say famously, on my whiteboard in my office, there's a cry count tally. All the times that I've cried at work. And then someone down the hall picked up a different color marker and added one for himself.
Oh gosh.
So he cried. So big fan of crying. Although I was thinking about this the other day, and I remember there was a time I was in high school, and I remember thinking like, I haven't cried in years.
Wow.
And I don't know when that changed, but now I cry at like commercials.
I cry at a gentle breeze going by. Like I seriously, I now more than ever, because I don't just cry. I feel like in 2025, I cried from actual sadness like every day, but sure. But for the most part, like it's like 40% sadness, 60% feeling like vaguely moved or grateful. Like I feel like I'll just cry from like, oh, sometimes I'll look at Chris like just standing in the kitchen doing nothing, and I'll just be like, I just can't. Like, I'm so grateful I have you, you know, like, or whatever, like, or yeah, I will, like, it's so sorry, this is your gift. I'm like, I'm already sobbing. I'll be like driving on this, like, through Philadelphia and see the skyline, and the sun will be setting, and then I'll see like the big full moon on the rise and next to the skyline, and I'm just like,
oh, for me,
this is the most beautiful thing in the world, you know, like, I will cry at anything pretty much. Yeah, but yeah, I agree, it has been more so recently. I was at one point, I was like, I'm coming from a bout of having just cried a lot over random stuff. Like, okay, we were watching Stranger Things. We were watching, I think it's season 2 of Stranger Things that ends with them at like a little dance, like a school dance, and Dustin, Dustin with the curly hair, he's like in a suit and has his bow tie on, and like he wants to dance with a girl, and he's feeling confident, and Steve has like taught him how to be confident, and no, like, pretty much like no one will dance with him, and he's standing there in the cutest way, and Chris is just like, you know, like eating dinner, watching it, and he turns and looks at me, and I'm sobbing. I was like, he's so sweet.
So
I wish I would dance with him. Like, Chris was like, please pull yourself together. But there's just been like multiple times in the last couple months where I've just been like, over such random stuff, bawling my eyes out.
Dude, have you seen the movie My Girl?
I haven't.
Oh, like I actually can't in good conscience recommend it to you if you cried at that scene in Stranger Things, because I had not seen it until COVID, and me and my roommate Christina were like locked at home, and she's like, she saw it on a streaming service, and she's like, oh my gosh, like this movie is like a staple from my childhood, and I was like, I've never seen it, and she's like, immediately like pushes play. Yeah, we get to the scene like 3/4 through the movie, and I literally am crying so hard. She looks over, and I'm like like gasping for air, like I couldn't hold it in anymore. Like it was not just like tears, I was like fully having a mentee bee. Like it was crazy. It was the saddest thing I have seen in a long time, and I saw Boy in the Striped Pajamas in the theater. Okay, like it was so sad. It was my gosh, crazy. I had not cried that hard in a long time,
man. Yeah, crying,
but you feel
movies really make me cry. And specifically, I don't know what it is, my kryptonite is a young prepubescent boy who's being like bullied or is not confident in himself. That can make me, I'll be stopped at a stop sign in my car, and if I see like a unconfident looking 14-year-old boy walk by, I'll be like, please God, let him know that he is good and precious. And I start crying. Like, I don't know what it is. And Chris gets mad. He's like, boys are fine. They can, like, I think maybe young boys are like pathetic because I didn't experience life as one. And so they make me cry. And Chris is like, they're actually fine. They can handle it. But they really make me cry.
That's sad. Well, I want to unwrap it as a gift today, because I think mainly as I get older too, I think I don't think people should be ashamed or embarrassed to cry. I think if you need to cry, let it out. Happy, sad, whatever. But most of the time when I cry, it's like out of gratitude, I feel like. And I have, I don't know why, but I just feel like I don't know what it is. I just get overcome with this like emotion and this like deep, like it like moves me deeply when people like express gratitude, or like I am feeling a lot of gratitude, like at speeches at weddings, when like the bride and groom are like, and thank you to everyone, like this is amazing, like all of our favorite people, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that would feel amazing.
Oh my gosh. And at weddings, just when the bride comes down the aisle, even if the groom's dry-eyed, doesn't care, like I cry as soon as the door's open, crying, even if it's not my close friend. I can't, there's something, it just makes me bawl. But I know what you mean with the gratitude, tears of gratitude thing, of just like, I feel like that feeling of being overcome by the goodness of something like is so, that's
Yeah.
that can give a good cry for sure.
It's one of the best. I also feel like, yeah, at the end of a good cry, you just, it's like a way of processing things.
And I do think it is also a way of facilitating a fresh start.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
even like, there's just something about,
Okay,
like,
I cried about it and I'm moving on.
right. And if something's really hard or your heart is broken or yeah, you're sad or you just like are overcome in some way and you decide to cry, like, or you don't decide and it just happens. There's something about that like catharsis and then the breath afterward of like, I can face it now, or like I did face it in some way. And it's there's something like I think mysterious and like precious about our tears and like and I don't know. It's just the fact that it's this involuntary, strange phenomenon that happens, you know, like, I think it's not meant to be stifled. It's like, yeah, I think it is cleansing for sure. But I'm hoping to cry less in 2026, but take it as it comes for sure.
Totally.
I was thinking of another time I cried recently. I've been reading one of the Anne Green Gables books to Chris. Like we've been reading it at night, and there's a sad, like a character dies in the book, but it's not a main character. It's kind of a side, like
my brain immediately went to Matthew and I was like
no, when I watch that does make me cry, but it's like her friend Ruby Gillis like gets sick and dies.
Okay.
And I was trying to read it to Chris. I like couldn't finish like it was at the end of the chapter and I was just like and he's like, you can just take a second instead of trying to get these words out. But yeah, I've been on a real crying kick in the last couple of weeks. I was like, for a second I was like, am I pregnant? But I am not, and the gifties, you would be the last to know. If I was no, but I'm not but it was getting to that point where I was crying over like I'll see like oh my gosh, I'll see a TikTok of like someone giving a homeless person like a shot at something, or like you know, there's these some really generous like social media people who will be like, that's not all, bro, like
here's a house,
I gave you the new house. I just watched one where someone got a house and I was beside myself.
I'll like click on the link to the GoFundMe and I'm like, it's just thousands of people giving like $5 to $10. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, any of those like hopeful kind of things, they get me so bad.
Yeah, totally. Soldiers coming home, military reunions, accompanying the military, like the people who were killed in action, like on the planes and stuff. Like, it just, I think, there must be just something about like humanity, you know, like it's really like it penetrates the soul, not just like like
for sure
it doesn't just affect, I don't know, your emotion. It's like a deeply penetrating, like moving thing of like, for sure, we at the end of the day like only have each other. And what are we like, are we caring for them? You know, are we, I don't know,
right, like it's like these moments where you snap out of it and realize like, wait, all that matters is relationships and being good to people. Seriously.
So
well,
anyways, a couple of deep gifts today.
Maybe not the most festive. We're like wearing our sparkling headbands, absolutely dying. No, but I really do think like change, you know, transitioning into a new year, whatever, is a time for reflection, for gratitude, for looking ahead with hope and with purpose, you know? And so it's okay to take these moments and be like, all right, we cried it out, we cleansed, and now it's time for a fresh start.
Amen.
And we're wishing our gifties a great fresh start. With this year.
We really are.
Should we do a little closing segment?
We should.
Okay. This is a little more festive. So we have a special New Year's white elephant bowl. So we react to some seasonal items. Are you ready, Sarah?
There's like 7 things in there and you're just
I'm like shuffling around like 3 slips of paper. And we'll say if we're receiving, returning, or regifting.
Yes.
Number 1, going to the gym.
Receive for sure. It's hard to get there, but you never
reluctantly. It's funny. Like, luckily, I go to Planet Fitness where like then when they say judgment free zone, I'm like, no kidding. Who are these other people? It actually is so nice to just be like, no one's looking at me, where everyone here is so strange. Okay. Okay. The song Old Lang Syne.
I receive it for sure. I think it's so beautiful, and it that song makes me cry. Actually, I feel like
really
well done. Yeah.
What does it mean?
I don't know. Should I look it up?
Yeah.
It's I think it's Gaelic. Last I looked, but
I like the song. I think I actually get like a melancholy feeling with the song because a lot of the time it's like it's at the end of When Harry Met Sally. I think it's at the end of It's a Wonderful Life, like, and it's at the end of the year. Like, there's something about it that kind of fills me with a panic of like, no, everyone, don't leave. Like, yeah, it's a little melancholy, but it's a classic.
So it is Scottish.
Scottish, okay.
And it's to celebrate friendship and to reflect on times gone by. It translates as for old time's sake.
Oh, okay. I love it more now. For old time's sake. That's really sweet. Okay, so receive.
Okay, decision made.
Just get that one. Okay. Okay. Christmas decorations after New Year's.
Of course, it's still Christmas.
Yes. I know. I hate when things just get packed up too soon. It's like, what else do we have in January but the last shards of
so true,
Christmas
but also, I was watching Instagram influencers, obviously, and they decorate like the day after Halloween, you know, and then it's like the day after Christmas. They're like, pack it up, get it out. And I'm like, well, just chill, like put it out later and keep it up. Like it's still Christmas.
And you go to the store and there's just like Valentine's stuff everywhere, and it's literally January 3rd, and you're like, please, and like enough. We just need 2 seconds to breathe. Okay, watching the ball drop, like specifically tuning in, watching it drop.
Yeah. I'll receive. Yeah. Okay. I feel like we do that most years if I stay up. Boring.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of re-gift this. I don't really care. And I feel like growing up we would always be outside having a bonfire, like
fun.
Fireworks. So like the idea of like everyone gathering around the TV to strike midnight, like we would kind of get a countdown on somebody's phone or like with a clock or whatever, and just count down and then
a clock
revel in that. Yeah, I feel like as an adult now, like going to parties and stuff, it's like everyone's just like staring at the TV. I don't know. It's kind of lame, but okay, fireworks.
Receive.
Same. Yeah. I love fireworks, and growing up, like we had friends who would visit from a state where they could get really good fireworks, and then they'd bring them to Pennsylvania, and like so we would shoot off fireworks at midnight. It was so much fun. Okay. Doing nothing and going to bed on New Year's Eve.
Okay, going to bed on New Year's Eve, receive. Doing nothing, I think return, like I've usually been preparing for Seek, or like I've been like in a different city, and so it's hard to like plan something like fun with your friends or whatever. When I am home or whatever, then for sure we'll do something, and I will reject that or return that. But I think I mean, usually if Seek or like the conference starts the next day, like I cannot stay up.
Right, that's like a big
but so last year I did go to bed before midnight, but we went to like a nice steak dinner and it was awesome.
Oh, that's fun.
It was really nice.
Yeah, I definitely return this. I want to do something for New Year's, but like I mean there are people like in like living in a major city, there are people who will like, you know, pay this huge cover for some big New Year's Eve party at a club or something. I'm like, no, thank you. Like, I like a cozy but fun, like, house party type vibe. My friend Kim, shout out Kim, who I went to high school with, she like started this tradition where like that friend group will get a house in the Poconos, like which are the mountains in PA, and for 2 days around New Year's. And so it's just like, okay, we all know we're like, we're in this house, we'll play games, we'll dress up or do champagne or something, but no one's driving anywhere, no one's, you know, like it's kind of this cozy, like that's contained really New Year's. So I kind of like that homey vibe, but I will absolutely stay up, and I love like the getting to wear something sparkly and having noisemakers and a disco ball and like, I don't know, all the sparkle stuff I receive deeply. I wish that was one of these. Okay. kissing someone at midnight. Anyone.
Receive, obviously. Has that ever happened to me? No. Will
Okay.
it? Probably not.
This is actually such a source of shame for me. So, first of all, of course I received this. I've dreamt of it my whole life. Okay, the first year that Chris and I were official, I was like, I finally had a boyfriend. Okay, we're at a New Year's Eve party.
Oh, no.
My friend David had the most amazing New Year's bash. His house looked so incredible. And at the stroke of midnight, the house looked so amazing. Everyone was cheering, and I wanted to take a little video clip of everyone counting down. So I'm like ditz with my phone out, like filming everyone cheering.
Whoa.
And then I'm looking in my phone video, and like I'm seeing other people kissing, and I turn like a horror movie. Chris is just standing there. He's like, "Hello." I was like, crap. I finally have a boyfriend, and I missed it. He was like, hello, can you please put your phone down for 1 second, you dumb, boring girl. So whenever I think about that, I get this pang of like, I blew it. Okay, let's do one more.
Okay, get a good one.
Okay, this is not New Year's related, really.
Okay.
Floor length puffer coats.
Return.
Me too. Talk about someone who doesn't need any extra
Listen,
padding.
yeah, exactly. If I was 5'1" and like 90 pounds, sure.
Yeah.
I would look like I belonged in a zoo. Like
I
with
would
the hippos
literally look
that's
like
crazy.
the Michelin Man.
Oh yeah. Unnecessary.
We used to watch a lot of PBS Kids growing
Yes.
up, and there's my favorite my siblings and our favorite show was Arthur, and there's this famous episode of Arthur where he gets a hand-me-down puffer coat, and it's this like puke green color.
Ew.
And he like he's so embarrassed of his puffy coat that he's like, I'm not leaving the house for all of winter, and he's like, I'm gonna go get supplies. So he goes to the grocery store to like gather rations so that he never has to leave his house, and he's in the grocery store, and his coat is so puffy that he actually accidentally like knocks down a display, and then over the loudspeaker at the grocery store they're like, clean up in aisle 5 next to the puffy green boy. And and my siblings and I thought that was so funny. Like, we say it all the time. Yeah, I was not made for a puffer coat, unfortunately. But some of them look so chic and glam, like the really like shiny black ones that almost look like liquidy. You know, like I love it on other people. But yeah, you know.
Well, last year there was like this trend of like the cropped, extremely puff jackets, and I was like, oh,
they look so cute on some people. I'm like, wow, I shall never know.
I don't even think I would fit through a door frame. Like, that's crazy. Kids mistake me for like a bouncy castle.
Seriously.
Yikes.
Well,
on that note, a fresh start to not talk so poorly about myself begins now.
That's one of my resolutions to put aside my biggest bully, me.
Yeah.
But this has been a good one.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks
Happy New Year,
for
Jule.
listening
Merry Christmas.
and chatting. Yeah, Happy New Year. And gifties, Happy New Year to you. Let us know if you have a fresh start that you're diving into as we head into the new year. And you can always rate, review, follow, subscribe. You can find us both on Instagram. Share the pod. That's your resolution, gifties. Share the podcast with a friend. And yeah,
as always,
life is a gift.
So receive it.